Hi guys, it's Britt. Welcome to the Golden Blog for this month. It's February, and so we are talking about relationships and Valentine's Day and friendships. So I'm excited. So let's start. The first prompt is, do you have any plans for celebrating Valentine's this year? And we do. I planned Valentine's Day this year, and I planned 2 dates actually. This Friday, a friend of mine is throwing a couples party. And she throws great parties, so it's gonna be like a dinner party, and it's gonna be so much fun. We're doing games and dinner, and I'm excited. So we're doing that on Friday night, and then in a week, on the 20th, we have a theater in town that does like dinner and a play, and so we're going to that. The play this month is Mary Poppins, and that is one of Kyle's favorite movies and plays. And they also serve a prime rib dinner, which he also loves. So we are also going to that. So we are doing 2 kidless date nights this month, and it's really exciting. So those are our main 2 plans. Next prompt is, if you're married or have a significant other, tell us about them and what do you love most. I'm married, obviously. Kyle is great. I don't know how much you want to know about him. I mean, you talk about him on the blog. He's from Utah. He's really tall. He's handsome. He is a counselor, which is a perfect career for him. He is kind, compassionate, and a great listener. Really cares about people, sensitive. Counselor's the perfect career for him. He loves it. And those characteristics that make him a good counselor are some of my very favorite things about him. And another thing I love about him is how he makes me laugh every day. I love it. We have a really similar sense of humor. So we just laugh together all the time, and it's great. Next prompt is, who taught you the best lessons about love growing up? That's kind of a hard one. I guess my mom. She was always there for me, always loved me, just really showed me how to love, I guess. It says, if you had to pick just one relationship advice tip, what would it be? Actually, I have 2. I have 2 that I always try to tell people, when at like bridal showers, they ask you for like advice to write down or something. These are my main 2, so I'm cheating a little bit. One is, do go to bed angry. I don't know who came up with the advice, don't go to bed angry, but I think it's terrible advice, because that means that you're trying to get unangry at like midnight, and you're hashing things out, and you're both going to say things you regret. And it's so much better to go to bed even if you're angry, because the next morning the problem won't seem as big anymore. You might even forget why you were fighting, or at least you'll be well rested and able to talk about it in a more calm manner. So that's one advice. And my second piece of advice is to not forget manners with your spouse. I think a lot of the time we take our spouse and what they do for us for granted. So we drop things, just little things like saying please and thank you, but it's so important to keep those manners and to show your spouse you appreciate them through using those small words that we, teach kids starting when they're like 1. So, tell us about your parents. What do they do, and what do you admire about them? I love both my mom and my dad. They're divorced. They were divorced when I was 1, but I love them both. My dad's a really calm, go with the flow kind of guy. I get my personality from him mostly. We're very similar. And my mom's a little bit more, not high strung, but a little bit, more, not as laid back, I guess. But she's great too. She is very strong. She's been through 2 divorces, and had to raise 2 kids by herself. So I admire that about her. She's very strong in her faith, very strong in the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is something I also admire. And my dad, like I said, he's laid back, easygoing. We get along really well. And he has a strong sense of family, which I really appreciate. So that's a little bit about my parents. Did you know your grandparents very well? On my mom's side, they live in England. My mom is from England, and so I only saw them a few times before they both passed away when I was, how old was I? 11, I think. So I didn't know them super well, but I enjoyed the time I spent with them. On my dad's side, my grandpa passed away right before my parents got married, I think. I don't think my mom ever met him. So I didn't know him, obviously, but I was close to my grandma growing up. She passed away when I was 10. I was 10 when she died, which was really sad because I spent a lot of time at her house. We were very close, and I wish I would have been able to get to know her, you know, and as an adult, but the time I spent with her, I really loved. Do you have any children? If so, what are their names and ages? Yes, you probably know by now if you read my blog at all. I have 2 kiddos. Abe, short for Abraham, is almost 2. He'll be 2 at the end of March, and he's a blast. He's so much fun. And then Eliza, I just had her in November. She is just over 3 months old and so sweet, and we absolutely love being parents to them. They just make our life so happy and full of joy. They're so fun. Who was your best friend growing up? I had a bunch of best friends growing up. I would say Lexi was my first, best friend. We met in 3rd grade, and we instantly became best friends and were joined at the hip through the rest of elementary school. And we stayed in contact, and we're still in contact, but not as good as friends. But I feel like, you know, if we ran into each other, we would still pick up from where we left off. My best friend now is Danny. Danny and I met in 5th grade. Me and her and Lexi were actually, you know, really close once Danny moved in 5th grade. But I've stayed closer with Danny than I have with Lexi. Danny and I are very similar. We have our differences, but we're also very similar, and we have just found ways to stay really close. She is due with her first baby next month, and I'm throwing her a shower at the end of the month, and I love her, and I'm so excited. So she's my best friend, and I would say she's my best friend ever. Other than Kyle, of course. And my other best friend is Aisha. We met in 7th grade and have been best friends since. So I'm really lucky to have friends that I have been close with for most of my life. But then I have a bunch of other good friends, really good friends, best friends from all other walks and areas of life. I've moved around a lot. So I'm very blessed with the friends that I have. And the last one is, do you have any pets? Nope. Sorry, we are not pet people. We might get maybe like a turtle or a rabbit. Maybe a rabbit. That's pushing it though. Like when our kids are older. We're not pet people. Maybe a couple fish. I don't know. Not pet people at all. If we ever did get a dog, I would want a golden doodle. That's all I've decided, but that probably won't ever happen. So there you go. Anyway, that's a little bit about us. I hope you enjoyed this month's Golden Vlog. Check back next month because they're always so fun. And if you want to, please join us because we love seeing your faces and your mannerisms and your personality come to life through video instead of writing. And I hear Abe banging on his door to get out, so I had better go get him. But I hope you all have a great day. Bye.